Jerry Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels.
Lori here.
Hey, we're in Puebla, and we're going to show you what Puebla looks like in this video here. And so, okay, the center of activity in a city of Mexico is the town center. It's called the Zócalo, and the Zócalo is where people will come. They typically will have a water well here, or in this particular case, a fountain. And then behind me, you're going to see the church, and that's a major power center. So you have the religious leaders that have the power, and then behind me here, as we swing around, you're going to see part of the Zócalo, part of the town center, and people come here. And then as we swing around, the building behind me here with the red awnings, that's the government building. So Zócalo Square, you'll have a power center on one side, the church, and on the other side we have the government. And then around it we had the original people that had a lot of wealth, prosperity. They had their homes and that around here. Today what they are is they are restaurants that are here now around the Zócalo. And of course the government building and the cathedral still is there. Now one of the great things, as many things here in Puebla is that it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So all the buildings are over 400 years old. They have kept their authenticity and the history of them, and so the colors and everything are preserved. And there's certain regulations in a World Heritage Site like this that they can do and not do, because they want to keep the history and the purity of the history moving on for generations and generations. So it is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city to view and see, because it has so much history and culture, and the people are lovely people. The diversity is just fantastic here, and we're going to be able to see more of that. Now behind me here, you're going to see two angels, and actually when Puebla was first developed, it was called the Puebla of the Angels, or Los Angeles, Puebla, Los Angeles. And so they changed the name. So these statues represent the angel. And it looks like the pigeons like the angels. So it's a great hangout for the pigeons here. And you can see the park around me and that where people will come and sit. It's just a beautiful surroundings around the Zócalo here. I want to tell you an interesting story about the building behind me, the one with the dome there. It was built by a very wealthy merchant here, and what the controversy was, he wanted to build his building bigger than the government building here. So he was trying to have higher power by having a higher building, and that was not acceptable. And so what happened was that he had to get special permission from Spain to be able to build a 3-story building here. Well, what he did, because he was in delay, the government had the government red tape and everything, he then was in delay, and they kept postponing his building and his project, and he got mad. And so what did he do? He then hired an artist that has taken these pictures here on the building, and what they were was representatives of the government, and he was making fun of them. He made cartoons of them. So when they looked out their windows from the government building over to his, he was poking fun of them and making fun of them and laughing at them. So it's quite an interesting history here, and you can see by the sculptures, and I should say the murals out of tile here, that they're quite humorous. area here I want to show you. This is a little alleyway here, and it is John Lennon Square here, and the universities are around here, and so you see the students behind me, and so it's sort of the spirit of youth and of newness and visions of, you know, grandeur, of you know, great things to happen. And so they have the spirit of John Lennon and his philosophy of life and music and freedom and stuff like that. So it's sort of fun to walk along here and just visit with the students and talk to them and experience John Lennon. Well, this area here in this street along here is where all the old Mexican antiques are. And we're going to take a little look in some of the stores and give you an idea. Maybe we'll find a little jewel here that is unusual that you wouldn't see any other place than in Mexico. So come on, and we're going to go into some of the stores here. There's an example. How about a cross? How about a big cross? Now that's something different, right? A big cross. Okay, let's check it out. Look at here, there's a little old barber's chair. Now that definitely is something different here. So there's a lot of treasures in here, hanging from the ceiling and everything. And over here, of course, you would expect to see the Virgin Mary in Mexico. It's a lot of fun stuff to come in this antique shop here, and all of the antique shops that are along the street here. Well, there we go. That was the end of part 2. Now you can go on YouTube and you can get part 1 and part 3 to finish this series out.
Yeah, please check it out. Kind of fun to watch it. You know, in Puebla, it's a different place.
Hey, thank you!
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you watching this video, taking time from your busy schedule. Hey, how about
subscribe?
It's only takes you 1 second, touch on that little button there on my face, and you will have been
subscribe, and you will get the video free every week.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Bye. Jerry Brown Travels.
Jerry Brown Travels.
Jerry Brown Travels. And Lori here.
Perfect timing.